I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter.
A Palestinian man has been shot dead close to the Israeli-Gaza border.
A manhunt is underway tonight for a gunman who struck in broad daylight in the middle of a crowded street. A young man killed execution style. Here with the new...
Late breaking, a local 19-year-old is under arrest accused of raping an infant in his care.
A neighbor called 911 after that man rushed to her home claiming something was wrong with
Officials have told the BBC that there's been an aggressive increase in deforestation since the election of President Bolsonaro in January. An area of Amazon...
We know the air is unfit to breathe and our food is unfit to eat. We sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be.
It's the culmination of days of tension as supporters of the economic freedom fighters confront white farmers in Senekal in the Free State province.
Ottawa reveals a shocking number of deaths and injuries. Baby animals torn from their mothers to be used as money-making machines. And animal cruelty.
We know things are bad, worse than bad. They're crazy. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living rooms. Let me...
Trending across the country right now at 5, a viral video showing a family being kicked off a United Airlines flight, stirring up some controversy this morning. The family was booted because their 2-year-old daughter refused to keep her mask on.
Tonight, a mother from Brooklyn none too pleased with JetBlue after she and her 6 kids were forced off of a flight home from Florida.
Here's the issue. The mom's 2-year-old kept taking off her mask.
She's 2 years old.
Well, this all caught on camera right now, a battle over a 2-year-old not wearing a face mask on a plane.
If ever a society could be said to meet all the mythological criteria of the next lost civilization, a society that ticks all the boxes, is it not obvious that it is our own? Our pollution and neglect of the majestic garden of Earth, our rape of its resources, our abuse of the oceans and the rainforests, our fears, hatreds and suspicions of one another, multiplied by 100 bitter regional and sectarian conflicts, our consistent track record of standing by and doing nothing while millions suffer, our ignorant, narrow-minded racism, our exclusivist religions, our forgetfulness that we are all brothers and sisters, the dreadful cruelties that we indulge in the name of nation or faith or simple greed, our obsessive, competitive, ego-driven production and consumption of material goods, and the growing conviction of many, fueled by the triumphs of materialist science, that matter is all there is, that there is no such thing as spirit, that we are just accidents of chemistry and biology. All these things and many more, in mythological terms at least, do not look good for us. It was written that the mythical antediluvian city of Atlantis was completely devastated by a single night of calamitous, cataclysmic misfortune and forever disappeared beneath the waves. According to Plato, the lost continent of Atlantis was destroyed, a decision made by the gods, seeing that humanity had become spiritually debased and morally bankrupt. Like the reasons given in the biblical book of Genesis for the great flood of Noah and the Sumerian epic of Gilgamesh, as well as numerous others. Mixing anthropology with spirituality, such mythological narrative is a clear and symbolic warning to mankind that should we again enter an age of debased immorality, corruption, ignorance and greed, then we too will be struck off the face of the earth. We too will become decimated by the judgment of the universe, or the wrath of the gods. When I see 2-year-old children being victimized, I am convinced. When I see nations shed blood over ignorance, I am convinced. When I see religion replaced with nihilism and meaninglessness, I am convinced. When I see corruption and genuine malevolence seated at the pinnacle of a system erected to protect and serve the people, I am convinced. I am convinced that this epoch of time is the cradle of the next lost civilization. We are in the Kali Yuga, and its fatal influence is 1,000-fold more powerful in the West than it is in the East. Hence the easy praise made by the powers of the Age of Darkness in this cyclic struggle, and the many delusions under which the world is now labouring. The mythologized narrative of the Mahabharata Yugas is a far more accurate, even prophetic representation regarding the fall of civilization or the final age, opposed to other monotheistic, eschatological interpretations concerned with the final days of history and the dissipation of mankind. In Hinduism, the Kali Yuga is the last of the 4 stages, known as ages or yugas, that the world goes through as part of a cycle of yugas as described in the ancient Sanskrit scriptures. The other ages are called the Krita Yuga, the Treta Yuga, and the Dwapara Yuga. The Kali of Kali Yuga means strife, discord, quarrel, or contention, and Kali Yuga is associated with the demon Kali. According to Puranic sources, Krishna's departure from the earth marked the end of Dwapara Yuga and the start of the Kali Yuga, which is recorded as 3102 BCE. Hindus believe that human civilization degenerates spiritually and morally during the Kali Yuga. Symbolically, Hinduism often represents morality or dharma as a great Indian bull. In Satya Yuga, the first age of earthly development, the Golden Age, the bull has 4 legs, which in turn is reduced by 1 in each age that follows. By the age of Kali Yuga, human morality is reduced to 1/4 of that of the Golden Age, so that the bull of Dharma has only 1 leg remaining. The Mahabharata identifies some of the symptoms of the Kali Yuga. In relation to rulers, it lists, rulers will become unreasonable, and they will tax unfairly and work counter to the interests of the people. Rulers will no longer see it as their duty to promote spirituality or to protect their people. In turn, they will become a danger to the world. At the end of Kali Yuga, when there exist no topics on the subject of God, even at the residences of so-called saints and respectable gentlemen of the 3 higher varnas, guna or temperament, and when nothing is known of the techniques of sacrifice, even by word, at that time the Lord will appear as the supreme chastiser. Regarding human relationships, it continues. Extreme greed and wrath will be common. Humans will openly display animosity towards each other. Ignorance of Dharma will occur. Religion, truthfulness, cleanliness, tolerance, mercy, physical strength, even memory will diminish with each passing day. People will have thoughts of murder with no justification and will see nothing wrong with such inclinations. Lust will be viewed as socially acceptable, and sexual intercourse and perversion will be a central requirement of life. Capacity for sin will increase exponentially, while virtue will fade and cease to flourish or even exist. And people will become addicted to intoxication. Gurus will no longer be respected, and their students will attempt to injure them. Their teachings will be insulted, and followers of desire will wrestle control of the mind from all human beings. People will declare themselves as gods, or boon given by gods, and make it as a business instead of holy teachings. And people will no longer get married and will only live with each other for sexual pleasures. Weather and environment will degrade with time. Earthquakes will become common. Maximum age of humans will be 50 years by the end of the Kali Yuga, because of the ways in which humans treat their bodies. Many fake ideologies will spread throughout the world. The powerful people will dominate the poor people, the less fortunate people. Many diseases will spread throughout the world. At the end of the Kali Yuga, Lord Vishnu will be upon the earth to purge it of sin. Further to this, Krishna foretold that Kali Yuga will be full of extreme hardships for people with ideals, for people with virtues, and for people with values. Please like and share this video if you enjoyed the content. And as always, a big thank you for watching.